Okay, I'm going to show a more complicated credit card interest question. This is question 5 on page 310. Please pause the video a moment so that you can read over the question. Okay, our first step is that we need to total up what she has on her balance for the first statement, and you'll find that it's $180.49. The next thing that we need to do is to find out what her minimum payment is going to be. Now, 5% works out to $9.02. We have to pay whichever's higher, the 5% or the $10. So we're going to pay $10, and that gives us a new balance of $170.49. Our next step is to come up with our interest formula. Most of it's easy to fill in. We know that our principal is $170.49. Our rate is $21.95 or 21.95%. And then the challenging part is to figure out the time. Now, the statement date, she's going to be paying interest from October 29th to November 29th inclusive. So what that means is for October, there's going to be 3 days, the 29th, 30th, and 31st. To get us from November 1st to the 29th, that's going to be 29 days, and that gives us a total of 32 days. I'm now going to fill in the information in the interest formula. So we have our principal, our interest, and then our time is always, in this case, it's per annum, so we have 32 days out of the number of days in a normal year, 365. And then we're going to plug that through in our calculation. And again, the key thing here is that the length of time is inclusive. October 29th to November 29th is 31 days plus we need to include the October 29th. So that's how we get the 32 days. Okay, our interest is $3.28. The next step is to figure out how much interest is going to be paid on the item that she purchased. And interest starts from the day that she made the purchase. So November 12th to November 29th. Okay, so now I've got a bunch of stuff on here. Our interest is going to be the principal of $119.65. Our rate is still the same. And now we have to figure out the number of days from November 12th to the 29th inclusive. So one way to do this is to go 29 minus 12 and then add 1. Okay, because we're not just saying how many days to get from the 12th to the 29th. We also have to pay interest on the 12th. So what we get is 18 days. So I'll plug that in here and then do the math. What you should get is the interest is $1.30. And remember, you round to the nearest penny. The last thing we have to do is to add up all of the things to get our total balance. So that is our balance from our previous one after we've paid our minimum payment, our interest on that balance, the purchase amount, and then the interest on that purchase amount. So here's all of our things that we have to add up, and we should get a balance for this statement of $294.72. Okay, and so that is the final amount that's going to be on our November 29th statement. I hope that makes sense. Please review this, pause the video repeatedly. There's lots of opportunities to make mistakes when you're doing this type of work, so the key is just to be really careful and double check. Thanks for listening.